What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. We're breaking down the Thursday Night Football showdown between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. So if you've never been here before, we have a ton of new subscribers here to the YouTube channel. Since the start of the NBA season, we are excited to bring you this information. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over the statistics. We're going to go over Vegas odds, but we're going to go over the statistics of 2023 to the first 7 weeks of this season, showdown breakdown stats. So we're going to look at everything that we possibly can. If there's something you guys are interested in, we will be interested to help you out. So we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at our matchup tool. We're going to build lineups on DraftKings. And then we are going to show you some of our favorite prop bets. So last Thursday, we went 9 for 9 in the prop bets. So you can do them as single bets. You can do them as a same game parlay, however you want to do it. We're here for you. So looking at the Vegas odds real quick, this game opened up with the Chargers being a 2.5 point favorite and a 44.5 over under. It has now moved to a 3.5 point favorite with it's still a 44.5 over under. So make sure you watch the kind of the Vegas lines to look at it. Should be a close game. We should be good to go. Hopefully we're able to help you guys. So implied team totals, we got the Chargers 24.25. We got the Vikings 20.75 in that game. So that being said, you can find this article and a couple of other things in the description of this video, which I will cover at the end of the video. But looking at the stats from 2023 till now, 82. So this is based on DraftKings, with FanDuel this year having changed their scoring to being basically the same as DraftKings. You can use these players in the same spots. The only difference is the price is a little bit different. So 82% of the winning lineups did use both or at least one quarterback in this in their winning lineup. Now, Carson Wentz, I mean, he put up a ton of points. That is true. He did put up a ton of yards last week, but his accuracy's been terrible. I do think we need both of the quarterbacks in here, though. So we'll build lineups using that. Only 5% of the winning lineups use the entire $50,000 salary, so do not feel like you need to use the entire $50,000. 15% of the winning lineups did use a $200 player or less. I don't think we're going to see that in this one. There's no one that's like sneaky, oh, they may be out, and then a $200 player gets lifted from the practice squad. So I don't think we're going to see that. But 80% of the winning lineups did use a $4,000 player or less. And then the average salary used on DraftKings was $47,500. So now we'll look at stack percentages. With the game being close, I could definitely see different ways to go about it. I don't think a 5-1 stack takes it, but 4-2 stack has taken it down 45% of the time. A 3-3 stack has taken it down 35% of the time. And a 5-1 stack has only taken it down 20% of the time. So now let's look at captain percentages. The majority overall, 37% of the time, a wide receiver was in that winning spot there. Justin Jefferson, Lad McConkey, maybe even a throwback to Keenan Allen. You never know. Jordan Addison could be a sneaky one too. 29% of the time, it has been a running back. Now, obviously, both of these teams have their backup running backs as the starters with injuries ahead of them. Aaron Jones has a slight chance. Now, in the making of this video, he has a slight chance to play. Not 100% confirmed in yet. Not 100% confirmed out yet. So that's definitely something to look at. 19% of the time, it's been a quarterback. I'm thinking I'm probably a little bit more comfortable with Justin Herbert in that spot than I am Carson Wentz. Only 5% of the time, it's been a defense. Chargers maybe. I don't think I'm doing that. And then only 3% of the time it's been a kicker. Now, if it is a kicker in the captain spot, it's a terrible game that we don't want to watch because it's just a kicking game. Let's be completely honest. So that being said, those are some of the statistics. If you want to see everything, you want to see all of our plays on our cheat sheet under the NFL tab right here. You do the matchup tool, which we're going to talk about. We have a cheat sheet. We have plays at each position. For the main slate, we have lineups that we build. We have stacks that we like. We have home run we have touchdown props for the week. We've got it covered for you. $10 for a week. So we're going to look at the matchup tool real quick. Now, this is how you read it, and this is part of the website, but this is only found at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So here's how you read this. Defense-wise, the defenses. Chargers rank 15th in the red zone out of 32. Minnesota is the best team in the red zone. They are ranked number 1. Okay, so the Chargers have given up 1,400 yards to quarterbacks, 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, where Minnesota has 8 touchdowns with only 2 interceptions. But they are very good against the quarterback in that red zone, like we talked about. Running quarterbacks, the Chargers have given up 2 touchdowns and 200 yards. Minnesota has only given up 63 yards, but 1 rushing touchdown. And then this is where it's a little bit easier. So whether or not you're playing on DraftKings or FanDuel, for DraftKings purposes, the Chargers ranked 12th out of 32, giving up an average of 16.4 against the quarterback. And then the Vikings ranked 5th, only giving up an average of 15.6 to opposing quarterbacks. This is where it's a little bit different. So the Chargers overall ranked 26 out of 32 in the red zone against opposing running backs. So look at the Minnesota Jordan Mason or Aaron Jones or both. We don't know what's going to happen. But the Chargers have given up 643 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 2 100-yard rushing games, where the Vikings have only given up 3 touchdowns, but also 2 100-yard rushing games in that. No receiving touchdowns to running backs this year. And then the Chargers against the running back, they ranked 25th out of 32, giving up an average of 24.4. And then we've got the Vikings, they ranked 12th out of 32, giving up an average of 20.8 to opposing RBs. So then this one right here, they're both very good against the wide receiver, but on a showdown solo game, you got to have some of them. Chargers rank 8th in the red zone. Minnesota's 1. Chargers given up 3 touchdowns, 958 yards, and 1 100-yard receiving game. And the Vikings have actually given up 3 100-yard receiving games and 5 touchdowns there, but less yardage, which is wild. Chargers rank 8th out of 32, and then the Vikings rank 5th out of 32 against the opposing wide receiver. So this could be a running back game. You never know. You got to take the stats. We've got 7 weeks worth of data. So not a ton, but almost half the season already, which is crazy to think about. Next week's going to be November. Wild. Okay, so we look at this. Chargers against the tight end, 271 yards, 4 touchdowns. Vikings, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chargers have only averaged 11.2 fantasy points a game to opposing tight ends. And then the Vikings ranked 12th, giving up an average of 12.9. So if you want to see everything, I've just filtered this. We have every game there. Everything is covered for you under the NFL tab. So check that out. We do have J.J. McCarthy, who's, I think he's going to be the third string quarterback, emergency backup to the backup, which is wild. I think he's already, let me know, do you think J.J. McCarthy is a bust already? I think he is. So Aaron Jones could be back in this game. Haskins is out. So, I mean, Naylor is an interesting pick here. The points, the yardage is kind of there, but 1 touchdown, he's more boomer bust type pick for me here. So that being said, some of my favorite plays in a captain spot, wide receivers, Justin Jefferson. I love Jordan Mason, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey. I like these guys here, Jordan Addison a little bit. So let's try to build some lineups here. We're going to build a few. Now, what we're building here are tournament lineups. They can and will change with any news that comes out. But let's take a look at a possible Justin Jefferson type lineup here. Now, depending on when you watch this video, you may have to change this up a little bit, okay? So we got Justin Jefferson in there. I think we could probably get Justin Herbert in there. I'm thinking we can. Hawk. Can we get Hawk in there? Now, I don't know if we can get both quarterbacks in here. Let's see, Carson Wentz. Now we're at 4,000 this way. I do like Gadsden here at 5,800. Now we're at 2,300. This is where you got to find that $4,000 player or less. Adam Thielen being back, I thought he'd do more. He hasn't, which is wild to think about. Didn't play with the bye in week 6. I did not think he got traded. Thought he'd come back and like have a great, but the quarterback situation has been kind of iffy here. So he is there. You got Will Dissly, who used to be good. 1, 2, and 6. He didn't play he didn't play in weeks 3, 4, 5. So we'll see. But against the tight end, again, they're not that good. I mean, they're very good against them. You do have Cam Akers. That's a sneaky option. I just don't know if we're able to do both quarterbacks here. So if we took Wentz out, now we're at 5,600 average the rest of the way. Let's get the Chargers kicker in there, Dicker the kicker. Now we've got 5,900. You want to go Jalen Naylor? I could see that. That's a 3-3 stack. We do have Gadsden, Dicker, and Herbert for the Chargers. We have Jefferson, Hawkinson, and Naylor for the tournaments. This is a lineup here that only has one quarterback, which I'm okay with. So I'm going to add this in here. Now, again, like I said, these lineups are here. They're early tournament lineups. Things can change. Let me pause the video. I don't know why it's doing this every time I do one lineup. So with this, we left 2,300 on the table. Do you not feel like you need to use the entire salary like we've said? Why is it doing that? Oh, because it signed me out. That's so weird. Give me a second. Okay, for some reason it signed me out. It allowed me to do that. So that's Justin Jefferson as a captain spot there. Now, let's look at a Justin Herbert one. Okay. I think it could go sneaky here. Let's go Herbert. Let's go Quentin Johnston. Okay. And then let's have him thrown it to Gadsden as well. Gadsden had a huge week in week 7. So now we got 3 spots. What I would do with that is I think I would go Hawk. Okay. So we got 7,900 as an average. If we go Wentz there, we got 6,800. You got Wentz throwing it to Hawkinson. You got Herbert throwing to Quentin Johnston and Gadsden. And then we could throw in an Aaron Jones if he does play. Now, if he doesn't play, we obviously would edit this lineup and put in. So if Jones is ruled out, you can edit that lineup and put in Naylor. You've left 3,200 on the table, something like that. So I'm going to put Jones in for now. If the news breaks that he is in fact going to not be in this game, because it is a Thursday night game, we will then update and change it. Let's do one where we have Carson Wentz as a captain. Now, this is more of a one-off. This is if we make multiple different lineups. I don't think this cashes, but you never know. You got to get a little creative and different if you're going to do that. So I'm going to throw him to Jefferson and Hawkinson. I believe it's tight end week. It's tight end day this weekend. Hawkinson comes from tight end university, so we got to get him in there, right? I mean, I feel like we have to. It feels right, I think. So, that being said, I'm going to put in, we got 6,600 the rest of the way. Now, could I get both Herbert in there? Could I get him throwing it to maybe Tyler Conklin? He hasn't really done anything, to be completely honest with you. Have him throwing it to Gadsden at 5,800. Now we're at 3,700, so Jalen Naylor could be in there. That'd be a 4-2 stack with Minnesota. You've got Will Dissly, which is it's there. I don't love it. I think I'm going to go a 4-2 stack here. I'm going to put Jalen Naylor in there. So I don't mind this one. And then let's do one more lineup before we jump into getting you guys some sports bets here. Interesting that, you never know if you're going to have a bounce back year, a big year. Let's go Keenan Allen. So Keenan Allen is still there. You got Justin Herbert throwing it to him. One we haven't talked about is Vidal. Kamani Vidal. So I'm going to get him in there. So now we're at 6,900 the rest of the way. Let's say we need a kicker in this one, and it's Reichard. So now we're at 7,900 here. We could do Wentz, and then we got 6,900. We could go down. You want to do a 4-2 stack with Gadsden. I don't mind that. It's a 4-2 stack the other way. So the first one was Minnesota. This one is the Chargers in this one. So those are just some of the lineups. If you want to see all of the cheat sheet, you want to see all of our favorite plays for cash or for captain or MVP, you want to see all of our flex plays that with bacon ratings in there, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. There are ways to win some content from us. We still have 8 spots available. It's normally a lifetime pass is $500. If you email me right now, dfshelp1@gmail.com, you can get it for $150 the next 8 people. So make sure you check that out. Or it's $10 a week, $30 a month if you want to check us out and hope that spot is still available. That being said, there are other ways to win. We have a FanDuel, DraftKings, and Fanatics Sportsbook links in the description of this video. Check that out. Sign up for 1, 2, or 3 if you've never signed up before. Deposit $20. Put in a lineup and then email us. And if you have showed us that you used us to sign up, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus for every site you sign up for. That is a month of all sports. Right now, we're done with MLB, but we got NASCAR for about a month. We got NBA just starting, NFL, PGA, MMA, and NASCAR as well. We also have a DraftKings weekly league, $5 to enter, in the description of this video. So now these are some of them. Now, this is with the news of Aaron Jones not being in there. But if Aaron Jones is, in fact, moved into this lineup, maybe we'll change a little bit. But 7 picks. Last week, we hit 9. I think it was 9 for, I can't remember what the odds were. But 525 here. Carson Wentz and Herbert both hitting 200-plus passing yards. You got Kamani Vidal rushing for 25 yards. Jordan Addison catching for 25 yards. You got Justin Jefferson, 50 receiving yards. You've got Lad McConkey, 50 receiving yards. And then you got Gadsden for 40-plus receiving yards in that game. So 525 is what we've got there. If you wanted to add like maybe a touchdown score, we did this on Monday night, and I had CeeDee Lamb, I believe. Was it? Or who am I? Not CeeDee Lamb. Zach Charbonnet. And he was the first touchdown scorer of the night. It made no sense because he's not the starter, but he had the best odds for it. So Vidal has the best odds there. So if you add Vidal in there, you got plus 1,000 instead of 525. But if we look at the matchup tool, they are the worst against the wide receiver. Is it against the running back? Yeah. So Minnesota Vikings would be the running back because the Chargers are bad. They rank 26 in the red zone. So if they get in the red zone and we use that information, I want to look at maybe Jordan Mason. Okay. Or if in fact, is he not on here? Aaron Jones, he's not on this list yet. Jordan Mason puts that at 1,200. You could add that in there, get that touchdown score, 1,200 for you. So I don't mind that. If you want to add it to 8 picks, if you want to change it up a little bit, you can. If you want to use our matchup tool to kind of get some plays in there, we're going to have some plays in our free Discord too. Down below in the description, you can find that link. Let's have a fantastic Thursday Night Football. Be on the lookout because we got NBA videos every day now. We've got MMA content on the site on Saturdays, NASCAR on Sundays. We're going to break down the main slate. The breakdown will either come out Friday night or it'll come out Saturday morning for the main slate breakdown. And that is another way for you guys to win free content on top of our NBA videos that you can win free content as well. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. Please hit that bell notification. Put a nice comment in the comment section here so the algorithm sees it. Watch the entire video a couple of times a day would be helpful. Hype the video up, whatever that means. I'm not really sure still, but let's have a fantastic Thursday Night Football. Good luck, and as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.